everybody, it's Crackers. Welcome back to yet another episode here on the Olympus modded map here on the Ironmine server. So I'm back on my floating base. I have changed this design yet again, but it's not changed a whole lot. I just was not, this whole roof system, trying to get these pieces to connect, I just had gotten beyond frustrated with it. So I decided I'm just going to go with a flat roof and use the pieces from this mod because it's just going to be too hard to try and incorporate some of the other mods with this. It's been a little bit frustrating. So I ended up changing kind of the floor plan here. Let me just show ya. Before I don't know if you guys can remember before. This was kind of connected. Like I had this thing extending out into a little area, and I had this side extending out into a little area. What I've decided to do is put this path, and I have a plan for this path. So this is going to be the main path from the hotel lobby and rooms and restaurant and whatever else we come up with to where the swimming area is going to be. So can I make this jump? Oh, well that was weird. So I ended up adding another ring onto this just to make it a little wider. It was feeling a little bit narrow to me. Didn't really affect my bridge too much, so I'm just going to leave this as is. And then, like I said, I separated this area from it. So I put the staircase back in. I was having trouble with this thing too because if this aquarium thing isn't sitting on this like if before it was sitting on one of these S+ glass ceilings, and by the time I built walls up around it, I had a big gap at the top of the ceiling. So I kind of tested it a little bit, and it seems like as long as I put this on the intended ceiling from this mod, then by the time I put walls up and put a ceiling across, there should be no gaps. That's what I'm hoping. So I have been struggling with this. It has taken me a while to A, figure out how I wanted to lay this out, and B, when I thought I had it figured out, it wasn't working out, so I had to take it down. So yeah, it's been a bit of a process here, but now I think I'm on track. So basically this is going to be the lobby. I'm going to have a seating area in here incorporated. In here we'll have, like, I don't know, a gift shop or something, and then on the other side we'll have, this will be a restaurant. It's all going to be kind of overlooking that. And then onwards and upwards to here, I put like a little upper deck. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. I might play around with the water blocks, maybe put in a little hot tub or something. I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll just leave it as is. And then these will be the rooms up here. Bedroom number 1, bedroom number 2. These are going to be swanky suites. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and I wanted to kind of show you the little path that I was thinking I'd put in. So if we go down to over here, I have been fooling around with these pillars. So basically this is obviously all one level from this side to that side, and it took me a long time to put in this floor. I was working off of a pillar off the highest point here in the water, and I was trying to get it at a height where, and it was actually extremely difficult. It took me forever to get the right height, because if I was just a smidge lower, what would happen is when I'd run on here, you could hear water slooshing sounds, and I really didn't want that for this part. So it took me forever to find the right height so that it was still floating on the water, as you can see, to the point where it wasn't floating too much that I was running through water. So this is all good, but what I have planned here is for this little path, I actually want to be able to hear some of the water sometimes, because I am going to sink in some, I'm going to have like a rock path. So I want the rocks to be sort of floating on the water. So I'm going to use glass ceilings, and so what I've done is from this height of the glass ceilings, I have ran down this pillar system. So this pillar, these are just regular vanilla pillars. I basically I ran them down from the ceiling all the way down, and then I came down here and I placed another pillar, so that it went in a little bit lower, and I've been building up. Now there's 2 snap points to all of these pillars. So at first I was going with the lower one all the way up, but it ended up making this floor up here just a little too low, because I want the water or the rocks to be showing out of the water. I don't want them to be sunk in. So as you can see, there's 2 snap points. So I was working with the lower one for most, but now I've lost track of what exactly I've done, but basically I've fiddled with it. Like some of these are on the lower snap point, some are higher. I think I started this one on the lower one, and then I started just going with some of the, actually these are all, oh Jesus, oh my God. Oh God, that scared me. Oh my gosh. Sharks usually don't come this close. I'm actually really surprised. Oh. Okay, and this is a good time to say thank you to UR. He brought me some of the steampunk armor. So I've got this funky little shirt thing, chest piece that I painted purple, which is awesome, but there's no pants to, well, match that I have. I don't know if there's a steampunk set, but I'll check that later. So I just have wet pants on, but I'm swimming around in the water a lot, so hey, don't attack my pillars. Get out of here. Oh my gosh. Okay, do I have my gun? Can I shoot a gun underwater? I don't even think I can. Oh no, I don't want you to wreck what I've done. Stupid shark. Peace out. Oh, I can't. Oh no. Okay, maybe I can get him from inside the water shooting down. Or out of the water shooting down. Okay, Barry, you're in my way here. I'm trying to do something. Oh, thank gosh. He could have wrecked everything. Jeez, oh my gosh. You know, I've been working at this floor for a long time, and no sharks have come around. Of course, as soon as I start recording, anyway, dummy, you're dead now. Okay, so what was I saying? So I've been fiddling with the upper and lower snap points here, and I've been just kind of switching them out. Sometimes I went higher, sometimes I went lower, until I got to a point where it was sort of at a good height. So on this one, I'm just going to go in. Where am I out of the water here already? No. Okay, so I need another one on here. Okay, so because the last time I did this, it was still just a little bit too high. So I'm going to go with the lower one and just see what kind of height we have now. Oh, I'm so rattled from that shark. Sorry. Okay, so did that go in lower? Okay, so I can hear the water. It wouldn't be bad if it was a tiny bit lower. So what I want to do is I want to have this like rock path. I found these, they're called mossy gravel rock clusters, and they come out of, I don't have the mod out right now because I was rearranging, but they are from the Eco Trees, or the Eco, one of those ones anyway. You know, that might be okay. That might be okay. So basically what I want is I want to just have, can I hear the water? I can't really hear the water. Hang on. I can hear it here. I mean, I know that the rocks, if I'm too high, I might be able to. I just want to see if I can get one snap point lower. So right now it's about halfway between, like halfway down that beam, or the side of that triangle piece. Okay, so let's take this down. Oh, of course it's getting dark now. I'm gonna just take a couple of these off and make sure they snap in on the lower one, just to see if I can get it just a little bit lower. I'm not sure if I did both of those lower last time or not. So let's just see. Okay. Wrong one. Yeah, that's going in a little bit lower now. So let's see if that's... So now it's going down quite a bit lower, actually. That made a huge difference. That might be a little bit too low. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so let's just see. because I don't want to have a ramp from this lip either. And so it might just be a little bit too, oh yeah, you can't see the rocks now. Okay, so that's no good. See, the snap point I'm trying to get is this one. You see how this is more of an real defined X? And this one has, this part is a little bit longer. That's the snap point I'm trying to get on one of these, because that'll bring me up to the height that I'm going to need. So I'm going to just fiddle with these for a few minutes and try and get one of these to snap in at that level, and then I should be good to go. There we go. See, that one's going in at that level. But of course it snaps down lower. So once I get that one snapped in, I will continue all the way up at just the regular, I think, snap point. But basically it's just a lot of fiddling with this thing, so it keeps going to the lower one. So let me just fiddle with this, guys, and I'll bring you back when I got these pillars right. All right, yeah, I finally got that one in. So basically what I did is I'm looking at these two patterns here of this X. And sometimes it's a really even X, and then other times, oh my gosh, he really wrecked it. And then other times it is a really kind of awkward X, like that one, if you can see the difference. So I've just been playing with that. That's how I ended up getting the higher height. So in this case, I have a normal X, and then an awkward X, and then a normal X, and then an awkward X, and then a normal X, and that's it. And that should give me the height that I'm going to have to work with here. So let's see if this is now better. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to have to live with that first height that I showed you in the beginning, because I'm just not getting, the other one is just brings it down a little bit too low. So now that I have this height, I can take all these pillars down, I think. I'm actually going to just take all these things down because they're just interfering with this height now. And let's put that one in, and can we get the snap point? Oh, I'm probably gonna have to fight with that one too. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this should be good because I can hear the water. That's what I wanted. And actually, you know what? I'm going to get rid of these things now because they're going to drive me crazy. I don't know if there was an easier way to do this, but that's just what I kind of came up with. And I think I put even a foundation in there at one point, which I don't know if I really needed, but all right. So let's get up these stairs if we can. And did I finish saying I got so flustered with that shark attack? This helmet, it gives me infinite oxygen, so it has come in really handy. And it is raining right now, but ThatDudeChaos came and gave me a gift. Actually, it's just in the bin over there because I fell asleep and put everything in my bin. But it's one of the steampunk, actually it's probably over here. It's one of the steampunk water jugs. And once you fill it once, it stays filled forever, which is super cool. A lot of people on the server already have them, and I was feeling a little bit jealous. So that is a gift from ThatDudeChaos. So thank you, Gamma. I really did appreciate it. He was going to bring me a bunch of crystal too, and I said, no, I have the drills going. Don't worry about it. I said, keep it for your own build. So he's like, oh, I'm going to give you this then. So that was pretty cool, and I do appreciate that. So yeah, we can have this all lower now, and there's not too much of a lip, so we're not going to trip on it, which is actually really perfect. And so let's get rid of these last four so that they're all at the same height. And there we go. Yay! So now we have this little water thing. So what I think this is what I was planning to do. Let me grab the mod that I got these from. I tried a few different rocks, and these ones just seem to be the best, to me anyway. So I don't know where I put everything because I ended up taking down this whole thing, and now I feel like where is everything? This is my last, oh, I have it on me, that's why I can't find it. Okay, so it was from the Eco Trees Landscape crafting table. So let's just go put this over here for a second, and let's get some more rocks going. let's see here. So these are the ones. So let's like, I don't know, make like 8 of them. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but we'll make those. There's a few of these river rocks. I don't know if I can put those on there too. Let's try these two. I just want to see. I think I did make a couple, but I want to see what I can do with these. I might be able to line the pathway with them or something, but we'll see. Okay, so we got a bunch of those. A couple more of these. Let's put these on my hotbar. And let's go see what we can do with this. Okay. These ones actually aren't a bad little height. That might be kind of cool. I could line them a little bit. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the frames of all these things. So that was number 2. What does 3 look like? About the same. Okay, cool. I might be able to even fill in the gaps with them. Okay, so I want this to be, let's just start with that. And we'll switch these around a bit so that they don't look all uniform. Yeah, it'll be kind of a bumpy little pathway. I think it's kind of cool though. So make sure that's not too far over. So I wanted to, yeah, sometimes you can hear the water like you would if you're running across a rock path. Ah, I like it. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's going to be our path going into here. And what I thought is, I wonder if that would look kind of cool to have this kind of defined, or if I should just leave it like that. I might even use bushes or something, plants, like some of the water plants along the edge here to define it. That might actually look nice. So I think that'll be good, actually. I really like this. Okay, so do I have one of those guns, the model guns? I'm sure I could make it. All right, so let's, because what I want to do is, okay, where's the ceiling? I want to have no sides. It's going to be freaky looking, I know, but I think it'll, no, what? No sides. Okay. Can I do this? Yeah. Whoa. I feel like I'm falling through already. I may have to fill these in with a few more rocks to make it feel a little more stable. There. I think that's kind of cool. Hopefully it looks like something you can run across. And sometimes you hit the water, sometimes you don't. What does that look like? Yeah, I like that. I think that's going to be really cool looking. Like I said, I might, let's go see what kind of plants there are in this thing. Plants. Flowers? Crops? Well, I don't want crops. Is there bamboo? What would be a good water plant? Wisp of grass? There's got to be water kind of plants. Hang on. There is other mods here. Let me just put these mods down and I'll bring you guys back. Guys, I found these lily pads and I just snapped one in. I'm wondering if that might look okay, lining the sides. Yeah, I want it to be, I mean, I don't, oh, that went in really low. Oh, you can adjust the heights of these things. Or what? Hang on. Why is there a glass ceiling there? Oh, there we go. Okay, so, because I mean, you know, you have to, this is supposed to make sense. You can't walk on lily pads. You can walk on rocks. I don't want to have glass panels under there, so I hope people know that you have to jump on the rocks to get across here. Because if you don't, you're going to fall in the water. So, So you have to kind of fiddle around with these heights a little bit. But let's just throw a few in just to see what it looks like. That's maybe a little bit too low too. Not bad, not bad. But there was 2 different sizes. So I'm going to try the other size on the other side. Other side on the under. I said that right, yeah. Okay. Okay, so if we have these here, so what do these look like? These are just smaller. Oh, they're really tiny. Which, you know, I mean, I guess we could do a smaller amount and line it up. Let's just put a few in just to see what it would look like. That wouldn't be bad either, just having a little border of them. Or we could go bigger. But either way, you're only safe to jump across the rocks. So hopefully that's evident, because I don't want it to, I mean, there's no such thing as floating rocks, I guess, either. I like it. I just think it's kind of cool. And I know that I can run on the rocks, so yeah, I think that should be really pretty. I think it would be a really pretty little entryway. And I think I like the big lily pads. But the small ones are kind of dainty and pretty too. I might put more of those and have a better look at them, but I like that. I think it's a cute little path into our main resort. Yeah, I'm liking the way that looks. I might look through the mods to see if there's any other ideas I can do to add to this, or... But I think I kind of like it like that. All right, let me finish this up. I'm going to decide which one I'm going to use, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you. My goodness, it's Shark Day today here at the resort. Stupid sharks are coming and bugging me. Screw off, shark. Can I get you through the stairs? Ugh. Honestly, I have not been bothered out here by sharks this whole time. Anyway, I'm still fooling around, guys. I was thinking I could kind of define the path with these lights on either side too. So I've just been fooling around with this. All right, so I'm just hiding these frames again. I was just putting them on to line up this light a little bit. So this could be sort of a way to mark where the path is so people don't fall off. So I've put the small lily pads on one side and I put the bigger ones on this side. So I wonder if we could have a better look from up there. Not sure if I like the line of sight with these things here, but oh, they both look kind of nice. Now I think I might like the smaller ones. Those are going to be really pretty to decorate with throughout the resort, though. Yeah. I can always fill in some of these gaps with these rocks, or do they stick a... Oh, no, that's a way different rock. Is the other rock the same? Probably. I think they're both river rocks. Yeah, I don't think I want to... Nah, I don't like that. Okay. Okay, so I gotta decide which one I like. Oh. I like the spready outness of that side, but this one does sort of line it more like a border. I think we'll go with the small ones for this one. Hey guys, welcome back. So I've been busy finishing off this path, and I think I got it to where I like it. I ended up using the smaller lily pads that we talked about, and I'll show you what I've done. So I put in some little pitcher plants, and then I just finished this side with the small lily pads. I did fool around with putting lights underneath, but I haven't been successful at making it look good yet. So I might still play around with that because I thought having it lit up would be kind of nice. Just the ground is really low, and I didn't want to see the lights. Like I tried putting a ceiling underneath all this, and I don't know, I just wasn't too crazy about the looks. I might fool around with that. Definitely like this look better than having those string lights. And as you can see, I've been busy building too. So this is what I've done. I'm just finishing off this side because I'm doing them both the same. It's been really fun because I found these railings that have lights on them. There's some things about this mod that I don't like, and that's when some of the descriptions aren't good. You have to look at what they're using. in order to tell, like there's two sets of railings, they both say exactly the same thing, but you can see that one uses electronics, so then you can assume that this one has a light, and it's not very clear. So there's things I like, things I don't like, but I'm making do with what we got, and it's kind of cool. I do like that they have these railings because it gives it that thicker look. I wish you could even go thicker. It looks so much better than just having that flat roof. So I'm going to finish off that side. And yeah, I just kind of kept it simple. It's, you know, the flat roof goes with the whole modern theme, so that's all right. They do have a sloped roof in this mod. Obviously I did that at the CC, but I just, I'm not sure if I'm going to fit it into this build or not. I'm kind of liking the way this is looking. There's other things I don't like about this mod, like, as you can see, these ceilings don't match up. And that is because, well, at first it was because I was putting walls on the S Plus glass. And so I've been really careful to make sure that I only use the Pimp My Home walls on the Pimp My Home flooring. And as long as I put one in these S Plus glass things, I can still get that lower snap point too. So, but the aquarium floor, if you remember when I put this up, you had to put this stretch of flooring on to be able to reach the next set of stairs. And there's only one snap point for this. And for whatever reason, by the time I try and make this fit in with an outside wall that's just snapped onto the regular ceilings, they just don't line up. This ends up always being higher. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I'm just gonna keep working with it, and I'll have to just live with these imperfections, which will drive me crazy. But hey, while I'm up here, why don't we just finish this off? All right, so, and then I was using these railings that have the light, and they look really cool at night. If it turns to night, I'll show you guys before we end, but otherwise we'll see it another time. But I'm just gonna probably put the light up ones. Oh, I guess I don't have enough. Yeah, I was running out of electronics. And then I ended up putting just regular rails here to try and hide this lip, but I don't know that it really, and the door kind of goes through too. So there's just things that kind of bug me about this. Same thing with this door frame. If you flip it, then there's a huge gap. I guess it's only, and it only opens one way. You can't switch it, but there's a little bit of a gap here. And if I flip it, then I get rid of the gap. But then this is something that I can change the material of, and I can only do it to this side. The other side is concrete. So it's just, there's just things that kind of drive me crazy. I ended up going with the walls that have the texture or the material on the inside. Really have to be careful when you're building with this stuff to make sure you know what you're kind of doing ahead of time. As far as like if you want things painted or not. Like this has concrete on the other side that you can paint, and you can change these materials to any of these ones. The wood is my favorite, so that's kind of what I've been sticking with. But you can paint the concrete on the other side. There is walls that have the concrete on both sides, and when you paint those, you paint both sides. You can't just choose to paint one. And then they have ones that have texture, like this material on both sides. So you could, like, if I'm assuming that you change it to wood, and you would have wood on the inside and the outside. So you gotta really make sure you, sorry, there's a mosquito. The mosquito trying to get me. So you have to know what you kind of want the build to look like ahead of time. I ended up using the railings with the lights here too, and then I just used the glass, S Plus glass half walls here, and I'm going to paint them tangerine because it kind of matches with the wood. And there is certain trim pieces that you can paint as well, like yeah, like these little trim pieces on the windows you can paint, and the frame. So I might fool around with that. We'll see. It would look kind of cool to give it at least a border or something. Might be neat. So there's lots to do. Just kind of laying out all of the mods and trying to familiarize myself with what's in them so that I can figure out how I want to set the inside of this restaurant up, because I've been, well, this is obviously one table, this is another table. I have to get some more wood. There's a few more tables that I can build. They actually have this really cool put my home table too, if you like the rectangular look. And you could kind of build these up into like a big square table if you really wanted to. So they kind of blend really quite nicely together. Like you can kind of see the middle seam a little bit, but it's not too bad. I could probably get it even better. So there's some really neat stuff. But they don't, surprisingly enough, they don't have like a dining room table. They have all this really cool furniture, but there's no dining room table, which is bizarre. So there's definitely some things that the mod is lacking. But it's been fun. It's been fun to play with something different, that's for sure. So I think that's going to be it. As you can see, I started trying to get a little bit more organized here. Because these back corners I think are going to be my space. I'll probably have a workshop in here somewhat. I might have some of these mods in this little kitchen area back here. Eventually this is going to be probably where my ferry is going to park, and I might have water dino storage underneath. We'll see. There's still so much to do, but I feel like we are headed in the right direction. I kind of extended out the floor here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do up there yet. But, and then of course up there is going to be the suites. There and there. So it's coming together. I'm really excited. This pathway just seems to have kind of got me going here. So we are on our way to building this place finally, because I've been humming and hawing and fighting with pieces trying to fit S plus with this stuff, with CKF, and it just was not going together. So I decided to kind of try and stick with Pimp My Home as much as I can. I think it'll make things a little bit easier, I think. But guys, I think that's going to be about it. I love splishing and splashing through this path. It's my favorite. The only other thing I did is I filled in some of these with the grass kind of pieces from the mod. Still got to build out the offshoots again because I took them all down to put that extra layer on. There's just so much we got to do. But I hope you like what I've done so far. I'm really excited about this little path, and we are well on our way to doing the rest. I feel like I'm headed in the right direction now. I was really kind of stuck because for some reason, that first initial layout just wasn't working out. The pieces weren't meeting up together by the time we got to, you know, the other sections of the build. And so anyway, this one seems to be going a lot smoother, so I'm really excited. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just a big reminder, if you haven't already, check out everybody else on the server. I have many of the links down below. There's some really great content out there. I'm sure you guys are already watching, but just in case you aren't, check it out. So thanks again so much for watching, guys. We will see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.